there. I think we're on. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
Oh, not a lot. Not a lot. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers on this Sunday evening for us. Hope everybody out there is doing well. You though, you fucking you fucking you had an eventful week though. You ended up, you're back, sort of at work, correct?
Yep.
And, you know, we've talked a bit about your work before because it's a really cool job. You work at an entertainment venue with like go-karts and axe throwing and all this cool shit. It's called High Caliber out there in Okemos. And
yes, sir.
So you guys aren't open to the public yet, though.
We're not even like slightly open. We're just because they were just able to bring a few of us in because of all the payroll stuff, I guess, that happened. But so it started, and initially I thought it was just going to be for a day, for Monday, because I thought that it was like the day they were bringing everybody in. But what happened was there was like 4 or 5 of us that showed up, aside from like the managers or whatever, and they were like, yeah, we just kind of wanted some people that were going to be able to kind of take care of stuff, and just, we saw that you wanted to kind of, come back and stuff, and they're like, we could use you or whatever. So I was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything else, and it would give me, because honestly, it's been pretty nice to kind of have my schedule, somewhat back to regular, even though it's been a struggle. Like
normal human being hours.
Yeah, right. Like being up before like 12 every day,
and going to bed before the sun comes up.
Yeah, right. But yeah, it's been pretty nice. But I'm also kind of, for various reasons, kind of like carefully optimistic about it in a way. Like just hoping that when we do actually open, like it, we're able to stay that way. But there's just a lot of factors into it right now. But yeah, regardless, like it's just been kind of nice to just have something to go back to that's, normal, like the new world, so to speak. Like I remember we were texting about it, and I was like, yeah, it's weird to, because we're not like, like a traditional restaurant. We're more of like a, we have a bar and
do you guys serve food?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we have a bar and restaurant area, and we're like with the expansion, which has been kind of cool as well, just to be able to see all the different improvements and stuff, because they have been making a lot of strides to it. There's gonna be I don't know if you know what a rage room is.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 of those that they're building, which I'm super excited about. Like
I might need one of those,
right?
Pretty soon. Get a fucking concert back.
Yeah. Just yeah. So yeah, I know. As soon as I heard they were putting those in, I was like, dude,
that's kind of cool. It could be kind of they're silly, but they're kind of cool too.
Yeah, it's like escape rooms and stuff, and just kind of all this like. So yeah, they're working on the expansion stuff. Like none of that's really, as far as like pushing it out into the bigger area, there hasn't really been any that's like, like it's been tough to kind of make strides with that. But we've kind of just been making changes and like doing different stuff based on a lot of regulations that have happened since all this, and it's kind of the first time since all this has happened that I've been back into a regular place and kind of been like, having to kind of prepare for just like a regular opening.
Yeah. Do you guys have a date yet?
Talking July 3rd.
Oh, okay. So so there is some hope that doors will be back open to the public within the month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which is, we're anybody's, anybody that's kind of been following the regulations and stuff kind of knows how weird it is, I guess. Like to me, it's weird even just kind of with everything, happening and just the timing of it and all that stuff. But, like we're always limited to, and honestly, like when we do open, it's going to be like for the first 2 weeks at least, it's going to be just for the weekend. So it'll be like Friday through Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you that or not.
Yeah, no, that's interesting.
Then,
it's not a bad idea.
Right. Yeah, just to kind of, I think more so just to kind of gauge, like, the response to it, and just to kind of see, where we're at after that.
Yeah.
I imagine I'll probably still either be there, or I'll, they'll, like, we'll need, like, something at this point. Like, there's always something to do there, which is kind of nice. Like, because it, makes I mean, it's a lot of just kind of like busy work stuff, stuff
Sure.
that we, they haven't really had anybody else to kind of do. So, I mean, it's, smaller stuff, but at least, it kind of moves the day along and kind of helps, get things a little bit more organized for it. So that's been kind of nice to be a part of it in that sense. So
That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
I hope we I don't know, man. I
don't know either.
I saw some scary projections yesterday.
Yeah.
Where from like some health organization, and they were like, "We hope we're wrong." They literally said, "We hope we're wrong," but this is our forecast until October 1st, and Michigan was they expect really, really, really big spikes to start happening again in August and September, and which are our hottest months. And and what was the other? Oh yeah, and fucking they listed the top 5 places projected to be hit hardest, and Michigan was number 5. So
yeah, I believe it. It's kind of where it's kind of where all the smaller protests started too, which only makes sense.
I mean, Arizona is getting decimated right now, as far as I understand.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but from the information I've seen, they're either at or very, very close to reaching capacity in their hospitals.
Yeah.
And what that means is, like, even if you don't have COVID and you just break your fucking arm, they can't help you.
Yeah.
Or you got a heart attack, or you got a fucking stroke, or you got a fucking whatever, So that's scary. And they lifted their restrictions, much like Michigan is doing right now, 1 month ago on May, I believe, like 13th or something like that.
Yeah.
And so now, a month in the future, that's where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
Will that happen here? I do not know. Will that happen everywhere? I do not know. But it's happening there. But then again, I don't know if they were ever as locked down as hard as we were to begin with. So that might have, we don't, who the fuck are we? Jesus Christ. Sitting there trying to fucking figure this shit out. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Nobody does. Neither does anybody else.
Just throwing stones at this point.
Yes.
Making assumptions for stuff.
Yeah. Shit. Well, I guess you know what? Let's do this first. There are just a few little topics I jotted down earlier today I wanted to bring up on here. So I can't remember if we've talked about this on the podcast before or not, but I know we've talked about it.
Mm.
Kerry King is working on a secret project. That is all but confirmed.
Yeah.
Especially when he didn't he just sign with Dean Guitar? I think he just signed with Dean, I want to say.
I feel like he's always been with them.
No, he just signed with somebody new.
Oh.
I don't know. Check that for me. But when he did that, he said, somebody asked him about new Slayer, and he said, no, Slayer is definitely done, but I didn't just sign with a new guitar company for no reason. And so that sent people into thinking, Kerry King is working on a secret project right now. And now, and a rumor that has been circulating for quite a while is that one of the people he's working with is Phil Anselmo. Mm-hmm. That is the rumor, at least.
Yeah. Seems like we have talked about this before.
Oh, we have. I don't know if we have on the show though.
Yeah. He was. Yeah, that's right. He was with Ibanez. It looks like, and then he switched over Signature EMG, which is Ibanez. But they have him on here, Dean Guitars. So yeah, it looks like he might have.
Yep. Yep. Pretty cool. Dean,
Yeah.
I mean, I love Dean. I love all fucking guitars, but I love Dean guitars. Their Dave Mustaine line it's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Uh
I like, and it's mostly just because they're like in. I'm a drummer, so it doesn't fucking matter what I have to say about guitars. but I will say that I've always found like V guitars kind of uncomfortable to play or kind of weird to play because of like how they sit and everything.
Yeah.
Like, you can only play them stand up.
There are many guitarists that would agree with you on that. 100%. 100%. It is a very unique thing. I own a Randy Rhoads style V.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. I do not have a problem with it at all. Maybe it's because one of this, it's more of a check mark as opposed to a V. So one of the sides is shorter.
Yeah.
And so you can just set it like right up against your inner right thigh and it just sits there perfectly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that style is a little more comfortable. As opposed to traditional like
full V. Yeah. That I've never owned one. I've played them. But it's always been, in a store or something like that, not for any extended period of time. So, but I mean, I imagine, I don't know if it would bother me or not because I'm used to the Randy Rhoads already. But it does take getting used to for sure. Because that was the first V style it's the only V style that I own. I only have 2 guitars. But the other one is, traditional, like body shaped. It does take getting used to. You do kind of have to, you like when you're sitting down trying to be comfortable, you do kind of have to use your arm a little bit differently, but it's, I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. And I just love the way they look so much. I don't even fucking.
They are cool. Yeah.
Oh, so sick, dude.
I always like the way, Explorers looked. Like that's between those and just like the regular like the God, I can't even think of like what the like style name of it is. Yeah, I don't know. Just I've always found the Explorers to be cool. I always kind of wanted one of those.
Preston loves those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them too. I think they're really cool. And there's kind of like a new take on it, sort of. I think it's I might be wrong about this. I think it's a BC Rich though. It's called the Mockingbird style. It's sort of in the same shape of an Explorer, but like a little more like a little bit more like extreme like edges to it and stuff. Like a little bit more like it looks more metal to me.
Yeah.
It's a really cool guitar. I like it a lot. I saw Slash using it on a video when he was playing live somewhere recently, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
That's crazy looking.
Yeah, I like the. Is it a BC Rich?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
I used to not be a big fan of BC Rich, but they've recently they've come out with some new stuff recently that is blowing my fucking mind. It looks unbelievably beautiful. They have like a Pro Series line now or something like that, like where it's all like neck through body and shit. Like they look gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
I think Mick Thompson. Yeah, his original couple guitars are BC Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Like
back in the day, every metal band had a Warlock in it.
Yeah,
like
it's kind of a given.
When those first came out, man. Yeah.
Like this, I fucking love this guitar. Listening to you, like just I don't know if it's the. Should I see it in my If nothing else than just the headstock and the inlays with it, like, and the coloring of it too, because that was the one he used on Iowa, like during their Iowa cycle.
Let me see.
We're talking about the
yes.
red Mick Thompson guitar. It's got hate on it. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's sick. I dig that. Yeah, how many? That's more than. Oh no, it is only 6 strings.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they've pretty sure they only play 6 strings.
Oh wow.
I
I
could
didn't
be.
know that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got the black one too. That's kind of the same thing. It's a little different.
But in any case,
Yeah.
we may
No.
have a secret. We may have a secret band or something project with Kerry King, and I also know. I don't know if they're connected.
I didn't.
Hold on, no, hold on. Hold on 1 second. I don't know if these two things are connected, but I also know that Jamie Jasta is working on a secret project. So I don't know if it's all the same secret project. It would kind of make sense for Jasta to be involved.
Yeah.
It doesn't not make sense, that's for sure. Yeah. I don't know. That's just a thought I had. But here's my question to you. Here's the question I want to get into. Kerry King is starting a side project. He's looking for members. Assemble your supergroup.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna get started.
Yeah. Give me some time to think about this.
Yeah. Let me start with.
Now, are we saying of like current bands of people, or are we saying like anybody?
No, they'd have to still it could be anybody. But just they have to be like alive. Like
Okay.
It's just current people that are still playing music right now, and that would be possible.
Okay.
Let's see.
God. Oh,
I would start with
put the spot here.
Alex Weber on bass.
Oh yeah, without question. Like one of the best death metal bassists, if not the best. Like
probably the best. Like my favorite for
yeah.
sure.
Oh dude, yeah. Between him and
all-time bassist, he's up there for me.
Him and Max Lavelle from Dahlia would be cool.
Ooh, yeah.
Because he's got a really unique style as far as bass goes.
I think Alex Weber on bass would be cool.
Yeah.
Now, I would.
God. No. Are we talking like specific genres, or just like just in general, like supergroup, like best supergroup to end all supergroups?
Pretty much.
Okay. All right.
Kerry King.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah. Alex Weber, and then on drums, Chris Adler. He's free.
Yeah. Speaking of, he posted something earlier today.
What?
It was.
Was it a response to the bullshit?
No, that was.
Okay. Because that was total. That Mark Morton did an interview, and then they said they took something that he said totally out of context and used it as clickbait headline shit. And then Mark Morton had to go back on and be like, "I love Chris Adler. I'm not Jesus Christ, people. Like,
yeah,
we're not feuding. Everything is fine." Like,
yeah. Well, I even said that when you sent me that article. I was like, when I clicked on it, it said something completely different.
Yeah, that's why I said read it before you respond. Yeah. I hate it when the fucking metal sites do that shit. They do it a lot. What?
He posted this, and it said "been inside too long," and it said "soon." It's a picture of like a, I don't know, it was like a door. You can't really see it. It's kind of bright, I guess, but
no, I see it.
Yeah.
Soon. What could that mean? Huh.
Solo maybe. Well, no, because I don't think he'd do a solo project. I
But
don't feel like that's something that he would.
He would definitely play with Kerry fucking King.
Yeah, but even so, like that, like when I think of something that like Kerry King is associated with, I mean, it's hard not to think of Slayer. So like I wouldn't like that, and that style to me doesn't say like I don't know. Maybe I'm just like maybe I'm too quick to write it off. I guess I'd like to see Chris Adler and Kerry King do something like that'd be sick.
That's who I would put if I'm assembling the supergroup.
Okay.
That's my lineup so far. These are all possible, and it's to me so far that would sound amazing. Now we do need at least one more guitarist and a vocalist. Now, this is where, well, Kerry King is this. He's a songwriter. He writes a lot of the music, so
yeah.
He can take the sound in whatever direction he wants as being the songwriter. So really, it's like us filling. Yeah, we're the final two slots. We need one more guitarist and a vocalist. I'm gonna be honest. I would not have picked Phil Anselmo. Like I love Pantera, but I would not have picked Phil Anselmo.
Yeah.
But with Chris Adler in the band, I don't feel right picking Randy either, who would be my go-to.
Yeah. Oh, easily. Dude, like the more Testament I listen to, because Testament's been a band that I've been kind of going back to lately. Like, I think Chuck Billy would be sick.
Chuck fucking Billy, dude.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, here's how I'm not gonna lie. If I were Kerry King, yeah. If I were Kerry King, I would just go full on fucking what Dee Snider did. And but what I would do is assemble a band.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the other? Let me think of another guitarist.
Well, you got Alex Webster, you got Kerry King, and then who's the drummer though? Who you got on drums?
Chris Adler.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Chris Adler on drums, and then
Alexi fucking Leho.
That'd be interesting.
Fuck it. That's going to provide a whole new, it's a whole new look. Like, fuck it. Like, why? I got death metal, thrash metal, and Lamb of God.
Honestly, yeah.
Whatever they are.
I would even say, Scott Ian. Like if we were talking about like legends, like icon supergroup, I'd say Scott Ian for sure.
Yep. Like, I like that better. Yep. Yeah. I like that better. I like that a lot better. Super. And then what I do from there? Okay, so Scott Ian.
Put fucking Dave Mustaine as the third guitarist and the vocalist. Like
that'd be chaos.
Like
no. Here's what I do for the
big four.
Here's what I do though. I have that band assembled, and then I rotate the singer for every song. So I work with Chuck Billy. I do work with Dave Mustaine. I do work with Randy. I do work with Josta. I do, work with everybody. And then when it comes tour time, whoever's fucking free, yeah, you can come and sing all the songs.
So we're talking like a metal. What's that project called? Metal Allegiance?
Allegiance, yeah. It's like Metal Allegiance, yeah. Kinda. So yeah, that's a good point. I guess it's been done.
Well, hey, fuck it. Whatever.
We just came up with an idea that's already been fucking done.
I'm thinking like man, like and honestly, like it's been mostly because of all these online concerts of like different bands for like different members of different bands coming together and making stuff. Like it was, dude, I didn't think I'd ever see a group with Gwar and Agnostic or Napalm Death and Black Dahlia Murder.
Yeah, members. Yeah,
and,
they kind of are
Crypt
super groups.
Yeah, and it's in a way, yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
I saw there was another one that I have yet to watch, but they did a Sepultura song.
Yep.
It was with Trevor. I'm not sure who all was in it, but yeah, dude, the Cannibal Corpse one.
Cavalera is another one that should be.
Oh yeah.
In the lineup. And George, Corpse Grinder.
Did you ever listen to Serpentine Dominion?
Who's that by?
It's Corpse Grinder with Shannon Lucas from Black Dahlia Murder and God, I gotta look this up. They put out an album, and Adam D from Killswitch.
Holy shit! No, I've not heard that. Definitely,
dude. That's
awesome.
Yeah, I think they came out like 2 or 3 years ago. They put out a record. Oh, let me see.
Hell yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the fucking I don't know. The secret projects are happening right now, people. Oh yeah, that's where I was gonna go. Is you just said it because you just brought up the metal streams, and that was something I was about to bring up. I watched part of the Metal Stream Tour of the Year, Metal Tour of the Year stream the other day.
Yeah.
And who's that?
Who was on that, by the way?
It was the fucking In Flames Trivium Lamb of God Megadeth.
Oh yeah, I missed that.
They showed old concert footage. So the Lamb of God set was all the video footage of the House of Vans show, which was the first and maybe only show they played in 2020. And they had a Checkmate, I think they played. So I got to see that live, dude. Oh, dude, that is a song that's gonna hit different live when we finally get to see it in person for sure, dude. Oh, because they do stuff with it. Like they extend the quiet breakdown middle part, and like he talks to the crowd and gets them hyped up. Dude, it's fucking so yeah. So what they did, that's what they did though. They showed that, and then they showed a secret show that Megadeth played in New York, but they didn't call them. Whenever Megadeth plays a secret show, they go by the name Vic and the Rattlesnakes. And
why? I never
because they don't Vic is their Eddie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I guess I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's their Eddie's that face, that guy they have. That's his name is Vic. And so yeah, whenever they want to play a secret show at a tiny club, they can't say, "Hey, Megadeth is playing here tonight," or it'll fucking be chaos. You know what I mean? So they go out as that to get away with it.
That's cool.
And
I never knew that.
Yeah, a lot of bands do that. Slipknot does that. Slipknot has a fucking, I don't know what their name is. It might just be like 9 or something. But I like a lot of Metallica. They do that. A lot of like the really big bands do that. But so they played this show from 2016 where they played, and it was awesome. It was a tiny little club. They played like Skin on My Teeth, like so many tracks that I love by them. It was really great. But in between each set, who's that guy from Sirius XM Radio? Is his name Jose?
Yeah, Jose.
Yeah, that guy's fucking awesome.
Yeah. I'd like to meet him one day.
I would too. That would be an honor, honestly, because he's just like us, man. Yeah. He's just like, we're just fans, and so is he. Like, did you ever
listen to the Josta episode with him? I feel
like I did,
but yeah.
Maybe not then, maybe not, but I feel like I may have. But he was hosting the whole thing, and he was apparently, I think he was supposed to be on tour with them, coming out in between each band and talking to the crowd and shit. At least that's kind of the impression I got.
Yeah.
but that's what he did here, and he would do what we're doing right now, this Skype call with I watched it. I only watched the Lamb of God Megadeth. He talked to Randy and Dave. And Randy was actually a really cool one, because they talked about the new record and about how Randy explained, he was like, normally, you know, like, we have a new record that comes out. A lot of times it's either at the start of or in the middle of some giant touring cycle. And really, I'm just kind of like on tour and excited to be on tour. So I never really get, and on top of that, as you as a musician know, by the time the public gets to hear the record, it's old to you. It's old. You've heard it a million times. But it's new for everybody else. So Randy's like, you know, normally, you know, it's not new to me, and I'm on tour. So like, I never really get, like, you know, I said, like, he doesn't have a moment even really to get that excited about a new album release. But he said now, since we're all on quarantine and all this and that, he's like, this is the first time in a long time I'm actually like really excited for everybody to finally hear this and for this album to come out and stuff. Yeah. And I was like, that's really fucking cool to hear. Especially from Randy, because he's, you know, I think he is if not my favorite, he is in my top 2 greatest vocalists of all time ever. He is my idol. I fucking love him. Everything that he's done and everything. But he's not exactly always the best at selling you on Lamb of God.
Yeah,
he really downplays it.
I would agree with that.
So for to have him be like, I'm actually really fucking excited that this album comes out on Friday, which is maybe when this episode will come out. It was cool. It was just cool for me. I don't know. It was just cool for me as a fan to watch that. Yeah, and that their set, dude. It's all on YouTube. You can go back and watch it still. You should definitely watch their set at the House of Vans. It was insane. Like I have not seen them in a venue that small since like the first time I saw them. So
damn. Yeah.
Like it was very you could tell it was, you see everything. You could tell how fucking someone who's been to as many shows as you and I, we can look at that video and know exactly how big that room is. And it was very small. And it was just so fucking cool. And you could tell the stage was small because Randy, like trying to move around, you could tell he was like a little limited, more so limited, because he moves so much when he's playing, you know? So
yeah.
It was really cool, man. It was really cool. I think you can find the entire live stream video on YouTube, and hopefully you can. So that way you can actually go back and watch those interviews too. That'd be cool if they posted all that.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things is when not only when they film it, but when a bigger band does like smaller club shows.
Yeah.
Like just to see that response to it. Like I constantly think of, you know, when we go to shows or whatever, like whenever things get announced, it's like, well, what would it be like to, because, you know, like all the footage from all the earlier shows, mostly, like, I guess I specifically think of like Slipknot, I guess, like bands like that, like, what would it have been like to see them on like the first album cycle, like first tour, like small tiny club, because I've seen them in like sold out, you know, capacity shows where it's like seating in the front and then, you know, like DTE kind of style. But
and you saw them at Palace, so that was general admission on the floor. But that's a stadium. That's a basketball stadium, you know.
Dude, I only it wouldn't happen now because it would be sold out in minutes. But like I don't feel like I'd ever have a chance at it. But like, just to see them at like a tiny place.
They still, that's the thing about them though, is they still do it once in a while. Like, was it just like last year or 2 years ago, they played some tiny little place out in Los Angeles or something.
That's true.
Yeah, so they're a band that still does it, man. Like every once in a while, you got to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
I doubt it would ever happen in Michigan, but Iowa, maybe.
Yeah. Well, that was what was so cool about that BBC thing, that big documentary that they put out. It was fantastic. They even said that was like one of the smallest places that they played in a while. And they were like, you're never gonna see us really like this and stuff, and so it's cool. And for the longest time, like they're one of those bands that's like I would love to be like center pit, like up front, seeing all of that instead of in a seat like a couple rows back. Like, to me, that's just, just have that experience of just being in this, like, this mash of people. Were
you in the general, okay, first of all, was there a general admission pit floor? And B, were you in it for the show at the Palace?
I wasn't. I was like nosebleeds almost. Yeah, I must have been. I think I was like, I just posted about that earlier today because there was somebody that was saying like first show or whatever, and it was like, so I posted about it and I was like, first one I'd seen and first time I'd ever seen them with the full lineup, like with the original lineup. But yeah, I think I was like 16 or 17 at the time. And, like, the only thing that was available, I guess, was, like, the top, like, way far back, like, whatever. But I didn't really care. Like, I just, dude.
Gotta see it,
yeah. That was so sick to me.
Tell you what, though, I am thankful as fuck. Because for you, see, that's so crazy. So you're, like, first show for, like, that big of a band. You know what I mean? Like, no, I guess that's not true. But my first show at the Palace would have been Iron Maiden on the A Matter of Life and Death tour, and I didn't, of course I didn't know it at the time, but we did get we were on the floor, and so we got like right up front, and I didn't know it at the time, but since then, all these years of going to concerts, that was the only. And I've seen Maiden every time they've been back to Michigan since. And one time I even saw them in Chicago on a tour where they didn't come to Michigan. It's to this day the only show I've left the state for. At none of those shows, no time that I saw Maiden after that was there a general admission pit area. It was all seating up front, every single one. So I didn't, going at the time, I had no idea. But like looking back now, being like, that's like that. Like I'm just waiting for that to happen again. You know what I mean? Like that's fucking. Yeah. I fucking love that. It's so crazy though. Yeah. So some of those bands though, they will fucking still play those small, intimate shows, which is really cool. Which is what Megadeth also did. And it was just so fucking cool to see, man. Like, because, they walk out through... The place is so small. They walk out through the crowd. Like Max. You know what I mean? Like, you have to walk out through the crowd. And the entire crowd. Dude, it's Dave Mustaine. Fucking David Ellison is there. Like, real close to an original lineup. And... Or not original, but you know what I mean. Fucking... The... crowd is chanting Megadeth, 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 and fucking Dave gets up to the microphone and goes, "It's Vic and the Rattlesnakes."
Nice. They know. Everybody knows.
And then they just bust into fucking Hangar 18.
Oh man. Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me? Well, you can open with that? You're the band that can. Okay, wow.
Right? Yeah.
Woo! And I've seen them in small, intimate places before. I saw Megadeth at the Orbit Room.
Yeah.
Like
I've
seen them in tiny places.
I've had quite a few chances to see them, but I'd never have, honestly. Like
Me too.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely owe it to myself to see them.
Yep. I seen them on fucking when they were doing Gigantor. Gigantor was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
I saw him at the Orbit Room. I saw him. Yeah. Wait, is that right? Yes, yeah. The first time I ever fucking saw them was United Abominations tour. And they were opening for this guy right here. But he was in Black Sabbath. It was Machine Head, Megadeth, and Heaven and Hell.
Dude.
And
God.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
That was
so jealous of that.
That was like 2005 or 6, dude. Like I don't even fucking know.
Must have been.
Oh my god, it was so and yeah,
quick.
Yeah.
Quick, I'll be right back.
Bet.
Come on.
No, yeah. I saw him too at the Orbit Room. That was fucking chaos. That place is tiny. For anybody that doesn't know, the Orbit Room was a venue in Grand Rapids, Michigan, many years ago. It has since closed. It was like in the parking lot of like a mall. You know how like sometimes like malls will have like, they got their giant parking lots, and like on the other side of the parking lot, sometimes that's where the Best Buy will be or something like that. You know what I'm saying? In this case, it was the Orbit Room, and when you pull up, it literally looked like a little. It didn't look like anything. It just looked like a little building, like very unassuming. But I saw some legendary shows there. Like saw Megadeth there. I saw fucking Five Finger Death Punch there. I saw Typo Negative there. I saw Hatebreed there. Maybe Children of no. Children of Bodom was at the Intersection, which is another Grand Rapids venue. But yeah, it's lots of very, very fucking legendary shows there. Another time I saw Megadeth, though, was also in Grand Rapids at a different venue called the Deltaplex, but that was a fucking big 3 show. It was Anthrax, Megadeth, Slayer. Like, whoa! Are you fucking kidding me? Like, that was insane, and we were right up front for that one. That was might have been the first time I saw Anthrax. It was either the first or the second time I saw Anthrax, and I think it was the first. I think it was the first because I remember how much Joey Belladonni. That was like, I think that might have been his first tour back with them, because there was big news about that, and he floored me. I was like, what? Like, he killed it. He blew everything out of the water. And then Scotty and just, oh my God, so fucking amazing. Like, if you've never seen Anthrax, I know there's no shows happening right now, but Jesus Christ, check them out. Anthrax is another band that has news. Scott Ian was just on a recent episode of the Justice Show where he talked about how last year they said they were going to start working on a new album. Oh, Aaron's back. Hey. So I'm talking about Anthrax and how, so I saw it. I'll catch you up real quick. I saw Megadeth in the Orbit Room, but then another time I saw Megadeth was at the Deltaplex in Grand Rapids with Megadeth and Slayer and Anthrax. Damn. So a big 3 tour, and we were right up front, dude. It was fucking insane. It's the first time that I believe that I saw Anthrax. I believe it's also the first tour where they were reunited with Joey Belladonni. Belladonni? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Belladonni? Yeah.
Oh.
And he floored me. They fucking floored me. They were incredible. And then last year they said they were going to start working on a new album that should be out by the end of the year. But that never happened. And Scott Ian said it's going to be really, really fucking heavy. And then, but then Scott Ian was just on a recent episode of the Justice Show where he said the album they are working on a new album 100%, but it's not going to be out till next year for sure. Because I guess the writing process got slowed down a bit or something. Or no. He just said like the way it all worked out, like, yeah, we ended up we're taking a little bit longer with this one. but it is happening, and it should be happening next year. And I'm thrilled to hear it because their most recent 2 albums are killer.
Yeah.
Killer.
Yeah, I definitely like them more like current than they, recently. Mostly just because I haven't really listened to too much of the older stuff. But
You should.
Yeah.
You should. Cut in the mosh. You should.
Dude, between them and Exodus, and the only reason I say it was because I listened to both the Josta episode with Scott Ian and parts. I haven't gotten through it all, but the parts of the Dean Del Rey with
Gary Holt.
Yeah, Gary Holt. That's right. Yeah.
It's so good. Shout out to Dean for getting fucking Gary Holt on. Holy shit, man.
Yeah, that was a cool episode. Yeah.
Amazing, dude. Gary Holt got fucking COVID. Like,
yeah.
whoa. Like,
I think most of, if not like a good half of Testament had it too.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I'm trying to, anyway, like, I guess, like, going back to, like, the supergroup idea, I'm trying to put one together. I'm just having trouble with it. Like, there's so many, man. Like,
here, I'll give you another second to think about that because what?
And, like, how, like, are we talking, like legends, or are we just talking, like, just people that are in bands, like, currently, that would be a sick supergroup?
Whatever you want. It doesn't. Yeah, it's like.
All right.
Fuck, I could have put Ozzy as the lead singer. Like, it's just whatever you want.
Basically, they just got to be alive.
Yeah, it has to be possible within the realm of possibilities.
All right.
And I guess all that means is they're alive. So.
Because you went
anything is possible.
You went the kind of style of like old school kind of like I'm trying to think of some like a little more like.
Yeah, I did go old school. That's for sure. Yeah,
which is cool.
School, like hardcore death thrash.
Yeah.
Newer though. Art Cruz.
I definitely say. Dude, like there's so many. Like,
yeah, I want to hear your pick on drums besides Chris Adler.
It would have to be either Alan Cassidy or Shannon Lucas from Black Dahlia.
Wait, isn't it?
On drums. What?
Huh. Who's the drummer of Slipknot?
Jay Weinberg.
Oh, that's right. That's
right.
Yeah.
Formerly Joey Jordison.
Joey he could do it, couldn't he?
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
He's done stuff since Slipknot, but nothing that's really caught on quite. Like he's got Scar the Martyr and Sinsanum, I think, are the two bands. They're a little more like traditional death metal, but like nothing that's really been.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check those out.
Yeah.
That's always, even back in the day where I wasn't as big of a fan of Slipknot as I am now. I still always loved them for the drums and the percussion. Yeah. Like even if I didn't like other things on the track at that point in time, I still liked that.
Yeah.
So I really love him as a drummer.
Yeah. I like, and it took me a long time to come to the kind of conclusion that I have and the kind of like, just like reception that I have about him, just because like, for one, like they're, it's kind of the same, at least that I've seen with like, with like Art Cruz and Chris Adler. Like I like them both for different reasons.
Yeah.
Like I love the first 4 Slipknot records mostly because of like the drumming and because of like, like the songwriting and, but also like, his style is so like I borrowed so much from, and even still, like I do now. Like he's, Joey Jordison was a huge him and Chris Adler really like were two of the main ones.
Absolutely.
So I would, I guess, like he'd be, as far as like folk or as far as like drummers go, definitely Jordison.
Nico.
Yeah, him too.
Nico would be cool.
Yeah. He's so
Nico
like
Ryan of Iron Maiden.
yeah. He's such a unique drummer too.
Yes,
Like,
he's very
got such a different style, which
yeah.
is yeah. But yeah, I guess just for nostalgia's sake, probably Joey Jordison. Guitarist.
You already said Scott Ian. That was your idea.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Like
Yeah.
But if you want to go more new school,
I would say I'd have to go Brian from Black Dahlia Murder. And I'd have to go I guess in the Lamb of God sense, Mark. I feel like that would be cool.
Mark and Kerry, I think, could write some really crazy shit.
That too. Yeah.
I thought about Mark, but I was like, if I already have Chris in there,
yeah,
I want to pull from different bands. You know what I mean?
See, I guess I'm thinking of more like a death metal supergroup than like a traditional metal supergroup. But even then, I could back it up and say like drums. I'd want like Paul from Cannibal Corpse.
Oh.
Who's like a staple, who's like the godfather of, or like Gene Hoglan from Death, who's like, when you think of like death metal drumming, you think of like those are at least like the two like iconic drummers I think of that are still around. Like Gene Hoglan, man, is such a powerhouse, and he was on so many like even from like Testament to Death to like he's been in a good amount of everything, and like he kind of like paved the way for between him and George Kalias from Nile, as far as like death metal, like those two really I feel like kind of changed the game in terms of like extreme metal drumming. For different reasons, because I feel like George Kalias is very he's very like traditional death metal, and I fucking love Nile. Like I love Nile in the same way I love Behemoth. Like they're both, kind of that same style, but also very like just super heavy, like like super fast drummers. So yeah, I'd say either them or Shannon Lucas, who used to play for Black Dahlia Murder. I think up until Death Lorate. And then after that, it was Everblack, and everything up to that was Alan Cassidy. So I'd say either one of them for on drums, and then guitars. I guess. See, like that's another conversation too, because I feel like there's so many like duo, like so many really good like duo guitar players in metal.
That's a good point.
Like for a while it was like, for me it was either like, if you asked me like my favorite guitar duos in metal, I'd say either Mick Thompson and Jim Root from Slipknot, or Willie Adler and Mark Martin from Lamb of God, or Brian Eschbach and God, who is the other dude's name? Ryan Knight from Black Dahlia Murder.
Oh yeah.
But now I would definitely say Brian and
I mean, in terms of guitar duos,
yeah. Because that's another, like, you could take two different guitarists in two different bands, or you could take like just a duo. And to me, like for the longest time, as far as like consistency, man, like it's been Mark and Willie, honestly. Like they just they're so consistent with their style and with the kind of thing that they write. But also at the same time, like if you took them from that band and put them with a drummer that's from like, a death metal band, I feel like it would be, I don't know, like I feel like it would be interesting. And then adding either, I'm trying to think of like bassists.
I don't know. My favorite, like, you can't call it a guitar duo because it's not, but you almost can, because the way this band uses this instrument is guitar-like, quite frankly. Alexi Leho and Yana Werman on the keyboards from Children of Bodom, like that duo is something that, like, because to me, Alexi is a modern day Randy Rhoads, and he's like my favorite. He's like, I don't get me wrong, I love Mark Morton, I love everybody we're talking about, but Alexi's guitar playing hits with me in a way that almost nobody else's does. Like, it's, to me, it's up there with Randy Rhoads, with fucking Hendrix. Like, like the shit that he does. That, just listen to the song Lake Bodom. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking insane. It's insane. And
man,
I love, yeah, like, I don't necessarily think that would work for this supergroup, but in terms of a duo, in terms of like all that stuff, that's one that I would point to.
Yeah.
He is just so incredible. And they use the keyboards like a guitar. It's a lead instrument. It's not some background thing. I mean, it is sometimes, but like typically it's a lead fucking instrument on a lot of the albums.
Yeah.
And the way they use it is really cool. They literally have a duel.
Yeah.
In songs.
I definitely feel like they're like, in terms of like underrated metal bands that have been around forever, I really feel like Bodom doesn't really get the credit that they deserve.
They deserve a lot of credit.
Yeah.
They're machines, dude.
Sadly,
they don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Bodom.
Yeah.
But now we have Bodom, what is it, After Midnight?
Yeah.
Kind of funny that they there's a point in time where there were episodes of this podcast that were called Great Lakes Glass and Vape After Dark. Kind of sounds like
y'all owe me some royalties, man. I don't know.
Yours is.
Yeah, yours is.
Fuck yeah. No.
I don't know. You got me.
I love that so much.
I guess to kind of like pull it back, like, you got me kind of stumped on the supergroup thing. I might have to come back to that.
That's fine. No, I got one more thing. Dave Mustaine on the live stream.
Yeah.
Before, like I said, before they played their set, Jose interviewed Dave, and I can't believe I remember that guy's name. I'm so fucking bad with names. I can't believe I remember his name. But I know his face so well. I've known his face for so long. You know what I mean? Like, he's been in the community waving the fucking flag, for a long time. And just seems like a really good guy.
I'd like to be able to meet him one day.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially after like hearing his story and stuff. Like, his whole come up is awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. See, maybe I didn't hear the Jost episode then, because I don't think I know his story.
I can't remember if it was on Jost the podcast or if it was on the X-Man podcast with
Doc Coyle?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because I listened to that for a long time. And I actually kind of go back and catch up on that because I haven't listened to that in a minute. But yeah, that was, it was on one of those two.
Hell yeah. I'll hunt it down.
Yeah.
But Dave Mustaine said that they are indeed, of course, we all know they're working on a new album. But he revealed that he doesn't have lyrics done yet, but they do have 3 cover tracks. And I know a lot of people are saying 15 regular tracks. But I might be remembering it incorrect. I'm 99.9% sure he talked about 19 total tracks. So I think there's actually 16 Megadeth songs and then 3 cover songs that they're going to do for the next album. The next album is going to be gigantic. Gigantic.
Well, when was... I don't know. Let's see, because Dystopia was their last one, wasn't it?
that's something I was gonna get into. I looked it up like last night. I think their last 3 albums I have not heard, which is a fucking crime. I can't believe it. And Dystopia, yeah, I think it was because Dystopia got nominated for a fucking Grammy. They played that in their live set. Oh, wait, no, that might be a few years old then. Because the set was a few years old. I don't know when Dystopia came out. I don't know when the last one came out. Pull that up, Jamie.
Yeah, right? Let me see. I think Dystopia was their last.
Yeah, I think so.
Their last.
I think it was 13 and then something else and then Dystopia. I don't remember what that middle one was. I think. I might be wrong.
See, I don't.
Are you on their Wikipedia?
Dystopia was their last studio record. It looks like, and then past that, it looks like they.
Oh, I see what you're seeing now.
Yeah,
they got this listed weird. And okay, there we go. 13 Super Collider and Dystopia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dystopia came out in 2016. 13 came out in 2011, and Super Collider came out in 2013. So yeah, it's been 4 years since they've released an album. So yeah, 2016 Dystopia. That's when they would have been nominated for a Grammy, and that's when the show that they recorded for the live stream. That's what they showed. It was from 2016. So, and this came out in January of 2016. So yeah, that definitely makes sense. That adds up. But yeah, I have not heard 13, Super Collider, or Dystopia, top to bottom at least. I don't know. I believe I have Endgame, but United Abominations and System Has Failed System Has Failed is when I got into them. That release, 2004, is when I was into Megadeth already, and then they released a new album, and I was like, holy shit! And fucking, I listened to that album countless. Every fucking day on the goddamn bus. I would listen to that album. I loved Kick the Chair.
Yeah. Oh! It was like, for me, in that same kind of sense, Endgame.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that was the first like modern Megadeth record I got back into. Like I'd heard System Has Failed, which was sick. But
the opening track on that album is unfucking.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like the news reports set to the music.
Yeah.
Sleeper Settle of Rogue Terrace. Like, what the fuck, dude? Oh my god, that one hit so hard. I love that album so much. Kick the chair. Oh. Yeah, and I was really into So Far So Good So What.
That's a good one.
That was the first one for me.
I'd say it's not Countdown to Extinction. It's
United Abominations?
No.
I love that album too.
That one's sick too.
That's the one where they redid A Tout de la Monde with who is she? Is that the girl from Lacuna Coil?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fucking awesome.
Christina Scabia.
Yes.
Rust in Peace. That's my favorite one. Yeah. Between that one and Endgame, I'd say those are probably my favorites.
Hangar 18, isn't that?
Yeah.
That's on there. Yeah. Wait, which one is Holy Wars on?
That's this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what yeah. Wars, Hangar 18, Take No Prisoners, 5 Magic, Tornado of Souls.
Oh my god!
Yeah, dude. Like that record is so sick.
They're the best. Dave Mustaine got a little weird for a few years there, but he definitely seems to now. But then he beat cancer. Now he's just killing it.
Yeah.
But man, I was such a big. He did a thing at one point in time. But wait, dude, I'm showing a little bit of age here. This is back when they would do things like this. I was obsessed with Megadeth, and he had this thing where it was like a phone number you could call and listen to a pre-recorded message from him. And it was almost like a podcast. He would like just update, like while he's on tour and shit.
Yeah.
And I used to fucking call it, dude, and listen to fucking Dave Mustaine on my little fucking flip phone. This had to have been like 08, 09, something like that. 2010, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But that was cool. That was cool. Yeah. It was neat. And then he stopped doing it. Yeah. That was all right around the time of like probably Endgame. Probably Endgame or United Abominations.
Like I feel like Endgame is pretty underrated.
Agree. I agree. It's kind of the album that I fell off, but going back, it's a good fucking album.
Yeah. Dialectic Chaos, This Day We Fight.
I definitely saw them on that tour.
Fucking Head Crusher.
Head Crusher.
Yeah.
Death
dude,
by the head. No, yeah, that's my t-shirt from that tour. It's the Head Crusher t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
Death by the Head Crusher.
Yeah. How the story ends, 44 minutes, bite the hand, bodies.
That's a solid album. The hardest part of letting go, that's a great song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that was with Chris Broderick and Drover. Wow.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Those two are solid.
Yeah. Chris Broderick, he's Shadows Fall, isn't he?
I think so. I'm not sure. Oh no! What's happening? My computer's fucking up.
Yeah. He's the guitarist. Yeah.
For Shadows Fall? And Jag Panzer? Oh, he played guitars and keyboards for Jag Panzer?
No, I'm sorry. Megadeth, Nevermore, and Act of Defiance. That's
and
right.
Jag Panzer, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know Jag Panzer?
You
don't know Jag Panzer? Dude, you gotta look up Jag Panzer. This is a band. Yeah, they're power metal, right? Heavy metal, power metal, speed metal, yeah. This is a band that me and Preston discovered on VH1 Classic Metal Mania! Back when they would play fucking metal videos from like midnight to 4 a.m. every day. And we would stay up and watch every single one of them. We found Jag Panzer. We found Gamma Ray. Like, there were so many fucking bands that we found from that shit. Jag Panzer is one of our favorites. I did not know Chris Broderick was in Jag Panzer, dude. That's awesome.
They got a shit ton of records, too.
Yeah.
1984 to 2017.
Chris Broderick was also in Act of Defiance. So him and...
That's right.
Or Drover. I'm sorry. Sean Drover was also in Act of Defiance. So Drover and Broderick may have worked together at one point.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting. Gigantor, yeah. In 2000, wait, hold on. I gotta look up what year I went to that. Line up. Jesus, well, it definitely was not that one. Oh, that's because that was Australia. North America 2006. Nope. Fuck, are you kidding me? The smash up. Sand City into eternity? Overkill. That's the second stage. Main stage.
Damn.
Main stage, Aaron. Arch Enemy in 2006 with Opeth, Lamb of God, and Megadeth.
Damn. Dude, what a lineup.
Fuck everyone. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find North America. This must have been. Yep, this was mine. North America, 2008. Lineup was High on 2008. Think of this, 2008. High on Fire, Job for a Cowboy, Children of fucking Bodom on the main stage at DTE, In Flames, and Megadeth.
Damn.
That was the Gigantor I saw.
See, I like two of the things I never got to experience was Ozfest and Gigantor. And
Did you ever go to a Family Values?
Or that, yeah.
But I never went to a Warp Tour.
That's, yeah. See, I was able to go to one of those. Yeah.
I never made it to one of those. And Parkway fucking Drive played those. So did the Chiodos. And I think Hatebreed might have even played one too.
Yeah.
And fucking Guar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It seems like I feel like Guar did play. Yeah.
And one tour I never got to go to was Sounds of the Underground.
Me either.
Remember that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I always wanted to go
Preston went to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those are always sick. I always like the lineups for those.
Dude, isn't that Guar's tour? Yeah, that's Guar's. I'm pretty sure it's Guar's fucking tour.
I don't know if it was theirs, but I only remember them playing that.
They always headlined, I think.
Yeah.
But dude, if I remember correctly, Preston said it was at DTE, but nobody was on the main stage. It was nothing but parking lot.
Huh.
How fucking sick would that be? Like, are you kidding me? Oh my God.
Dude, that's, yeah. Oh man. Wow. Dude, so, let me see. What year was this?
Yeah.
2005. Oh my God.
That's the one Preston went to, for sure. Yep.
Lamb of God, Clutch, Poison the Well, Unearth, From Autumn to Ashes, Opeth, Norma Jean, Every Time I Die, Chimera, Throwdown, Madball, High on Fire, A Life Once Lost, All That Remains, Strapping Young Lad, Terror, Guar, Devil Driver. What? Yeah. And I guess a few years, because I remember seeing this advertised, but I never remember going to it. It was this is 2007. Guar, Shadows Fall, Chimera, Every Time I Die, Job for a Cowboy, Necro, Darkest Hour, Amon Amarth, Acacia Strain, Devil Wears Prada, Number 12 Looks Like You, Go Horror, 2 cents.
Whoa!
Like that's
fuck you! God damn it!
Even what was this? 2006. As LA Dying, In Flames, Trivium, Cannibal Corpse, Terror.
That's the one. That's the one Preston went to. That's the one Preston went to. He saw Cannibal Corpse. I know that.
Damn, dude. Wow. Yeah, he saw fucking everything. As LA Dying, In Flames, Trivium. This is 2006. Cannibal Corpse, Terror, Black Dahlia Murder, Behemoth, The Chariot.
Wow.
Through the Eyes of the Dead, Evergreen Terrence, Guar, Killswitch Engage, Shadows Fall, and Eats Out Concrete.
What the fuck?
Damn.
You can't even book that show anymore. Like holy.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. I got goosebumps just hearing that lineup.
Yeah. Look at this one. Chimera, Madball, Terror, Unearth, All That Remains, Mantis. Yeah, Guar, Shadows Fall. Yeah, this is the other one. Yeah. See, I remember hearing about that tour, but I never it was kind of a smaller one, and it just kind of came and went. There wasn't really anything about it that I really that was specific about it, but
yeah, I never ended up going to that one, sadly. Would have loved to though.
Yeah.
I am happy I finally got to see Guar though.
See, they're definitely one of those bands that I feel like I need to see just because of they're legends, man.
Odorous.
Yeah.
Sign the petition, everybody. Give Odorous Among Us a statue.
Right? Yeah.
Sign the petition. Wave the flag. Like, they are so fucking amazing. And the TED Talk that the fucking vocalist did. You have to see them. When I finally saw them for the first time, I don't know, last year or 2 years ago, which is a crime. And I realize now that I was a poser up until that moment that I finally got to see Guar. But they blew me away, dude. They absolutely floored me. They sound so fucking good live. This show is so absolutely incredible. I didn't want it to end. It's one of the best. Like, after I saw them that night, I said I will never miss a Guar show again. Like, it immediately grabbed me like that. I was like, I can't. Like, this is too are you kidding me? Like, this is too fucking awesome to ever miss again. Like, and you know, for me though, I have a real unique relationship with Guar because they were like kind of one of the first metal bands I was even exposed to. Because the person that showed me metal bands at first was my uncle, and he was really into Guar. Still is. And so he had their VHS tapes, those movies they made way forever ago, and he showed them all to me, and fucking and let me listen to music. I remember fucking an animal. Like, I remember all that shit, like, from back then. And they were kind of like one of my first exposures to heavy metal in general. So and then I didn't end up seeing them until a couple years ago or something like that, and I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, never again will I miss a Guar show. They're so good. They sound so good live. They sound so good. The music, because I went for the show not expecting the music to be as good as it was, and it was. And so it just really blew me away.
Yeah. That's kind of the thing about them is, like, I understand that their live show is kind of a part of it, but, like, also, you know, just the fact that, like, they've spanned across so many different decades of so many different sounds, like,
yeah, they really have. And their newest album is actually banging.
Yeah, right?
Banging.
Yeah, I've listened to a little bit of it.
They yeah. I've never seen so many people, dude. It was kind of hilarious. I wish, because I went to that show by myself, and I wish you were there so bad, because I've never seen so many people at a metal show in plain white t-shirts.
Yeah.
Everybody came just to get cummed on, like, or bled on. Like, everybody wanted their fucking white t-shirts covered in shit. Like, I was like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. That's kind of the understanding of it, is, like, you know, you go to a Guar show to get, like, fucked up, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you like just to kind of walk away with all this crazy shit, like, you know, to be like covered in blood or whatever.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, dude, it was great, man. It was so great. They're the best.
They're just they're just a fun band.
They're so fun. Like Ailstorm.
Yeah.
Just fun. Steel Panther, just fun. But also, if you actually read the lyrics and look into what they're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's
for sure.
Unbelievably intelligent. Like, it's genius level shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like Ailstorm, Steel Panther, these are more party. They don't really have a lot of that, like, deep undercurrent. Guar does.
Yeah.
They talk about real shit. And they, you know, it's analogies, it's stories, it's fiction, but, like, when you look into it, you find it, and it's pretty fucking incredible. They are all very intelligent human beings, you know what I mean? Like, they're fucking all fucking are, like, have degrees in music and shit, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
very, very, very cool.
Because, like, the first and this came out in 2006, but the first record that really kind of grabbed me was Beyond Hell, which happened in 2006. And ever since then, they put out records that have kind of like gone beyond that or whatever.
Mhm.
But to me, those were like the heavier ones. Like Beyond Hell was the first, specifically War Is All We Know, and I guess in a sense to cover School's Out, because that was the record that School's Out was on.
Oh, I remember that. That was a good cover. That's
Yeah.
a good cover.
So like to have that as kind of a reference. Oh yeah, Eighth Lock too. Yeah, Eighth Lock song. Yeah. But like beyond those two songs and beyond this record, like I haven't really gone too back into it. But like as far as my understanding goes, like they're like they kind of hit every genre of heavy music and of like it's cool to kind of see a band that's like as out there as they are to kind of to have such an impact on like the current metal scene is cool. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they do a good job. Cheers.
I forget how we even got on this, but yeah.
Yeah, so do I. We started talking about Dave Mustaine, and now we're talking about because we talked about Gigantor, and then we talked about Sounds of the Underground.
Yeah, like Supergroups. Yeah,
Supergroup is where we started. Yeah. Right. Like honestly, the Dave Mustaine thing was kind of the last little thing I had written down. Oh no! There is one more. Do you have? Did you think of any more Supergroup members, or are you just saying fuck it?
I want to finish. I'd say like let's see. I guess to kind of solidify it, I would say on guitars, Mark and Willie.
I mean, it is. I just want to say this because I think it's fucked up. Neither of us have. I want to throw Zakk Wylde's hat into the ring.
Yeah.
Slash is out there too.
But I'm thinking of like bands that have guitar duos. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is why I brought up, like Willie and God, who's the other guy? Willie Adler and
Mark Martin.
Yeah, Jesus. Thank you, whiskey. For guitars, and then honestly, like God, it's Rex something from Pantera, who's still around. I'm not sure who their original guitar or who their original bass player was.
Oh shit! That's actually the only member of the band I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
honestly,
I don't know that one.
It's either between him or like Paul from Slipknot, as far as like Supergroup, because to me, like, as much as I love current Slipknot, as much as I love like Volume 5, We Are Not Your Kind Slipknot, to me, like, I really feel like a lot of the rhythmic side of Slipknot kind of ended with Paul, and I feel like he doesn't really get quite the credit that he deserves as far as being the bassist that he was and being like the rhythmic kind of player that he was. So I guess maybe I'd say like I guess like in the way that it sounds, I feel like I want to just see like a Slipknot, Lamb of God kind of supergroup. Like that's
Slipknot, Lamb of God, and Slayer.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm getting at. Like
that.
Yeah.
Who do you put on vocals?
God, and that's See, that's the other side. Because as much as I love, as much as I love Tom Araya, man, like,
he's out. He's done.
Dude, like Corey Taylor to me is one of the best vocalists ever. Like he has a way of writing his lyrics and of like presenting his style in a way that's so different from a lot of other vocalists that I feel like would really stick out. So in a sense, I feel like I guess to me I want to see like a Lamb of God Slipknot supergroup. I guess it's kind of how I'm presenting this, but like
it would be interesting to have all these musicians write music for someone who sings.
yeah.
Which is something else I kind of wanted to talk about, because by the time this comes out, everybody will have heard or seen the episode that we did with Clint.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, man. I've been kind of thinking about that as far as like vocalists, like super vocal fronted bands as opposed to like just regular bands that are kind of like, like more so like the music is the focus than the vocals.
see what I've been thinking about is that thing about, what do you call it? Screaming, growling, what do you call it? He went with screaming.
Yeah.
In that moment it made sense to me. In that moment I was like, oh yeah, like you're more or less describing the action.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it deeper later on the next day, and I was like, but that's not right either, because when you actually scream, when you're a human being and you scream, you fucking, that's not what you're doing. That's not what the vocalists are doing. Like, they are literally taught to not do that in extreme forms of music.
Right.
You're not supposed to just, you know what I mean? You're not supposed to just scream.
Yeah.
Because that's bad for your vocal cords. That's not sustainable.
Yeah.
So it's technically not what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just popped in my head. I was thinking about it, and because I'm still trying to come up, like, I still want a word to describe it. You know what I mean? And I don't have one yet. Like, I don't think any single word describes what's actually happening.
Yeah. See, to me, like, I've always liked the term harsh vocals. I feel like, because to me, like, there's a specific kind of idea that you think of when you think of like screaming or like singing, because singing to me is a little more clear. It's a little more defined.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
very much so.
And screaming is like, there's so many, like there's guttural style. There's the style of just adding like a different sound to it, just to have that kind of like accent to it. But there's also like how you deliver the vocals, how you deliver the lyrics, how you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I guess like trying to define that is a little bit difficult. But I would say like like it's almost the difference between like Lamb of God and like Vulvodynia, for example, like they have like I would say God, let me shout them out because I feel like it's definitely worth it. But like, I guess the style of vocal that like Trevor does versus the style of vocal that like Duncan from Vulvodynia does. Like,
mm-hmm.
it's very like, it's they're two different styles, but it's also part of a different, like a bigger idea of what vocals are, and what a different, what a different idea like of what heavy was, in a sense. Which is why I guess in a sense I've had such a hard time of figuring out like supergroups, because like, as much as I would like to see like Chris Adler and like form a supergroup with like Kerry King. And there's also this side of what I like to see Duncan with like Shannon Lucas and with the guitar players from like Arspire, and like there's like there's so many other like avenues that you could take it with and stuff, and there's so many different styles that of which that metal would have evolved and would have like grew out with and stuff. Like like to me it's like are we talking about like just supergroups, or are we talking about like the bigger idea of like heavier bands?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just kind of thinking just supergroup, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot. This is all really good points. Like there's just so clearly a lot yet to be defined.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
Because
I don't know. I kind of like the term extreme vocals, because that I feel like
Absolutely.
is a good blanket.
Absolutely. Yeah. So do I.
But
because you think of like when I think of like extreme vocals, I think of like like gutturals, like maybe in a sense of like Trevor from Black Dahlia Murder. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like that delivery, or like the like Sven from Aborted, I would say. Kind of like that style of extreme vocal. But you could also talk about like like vocalists in terms of like Dio, in terms of like Halford. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many different styles of vocalists that you could talk about, but also like I guess in that same style of like guitarists or drummers. Like you could talk about like Willie and God, help me out.
Mark.
Yeah. Willie and Mark from Lamb of God. But also like they are brutal in a different way that Mick and Jim are from Slipknot.
yeah,
There's a different kind of style going on there and stuff. So I feel like there's like 4 different conversations that you could have as far as like like super groups in sense.
that's very true. That's very true.
So like, and that's why I've been having such a hard time kind of figuring out how to piece those together, because honestly, like, and if we're gonna talk about modern death metal, I would say Brian and God, who is the new guitarist from Black Dahlia Murder?
Oh, fuck!
I'm so sorry.
Come on. God, I know his name too.
I'm so blanking right now.
It's fucking. It's a. Hold on. I got this. Hold on. We talked about it so fucking much on the last episode.
Yeah,
he was
right?
He was on Nightbringers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Okay.
this one.
Personnel. Brandon Ellis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like just to even have that kind of style, like there's so many bands that you could say like, well they do this, but I feel like they do, like they focus so much on the style of the music and of what's happening that like it almost becomes like a staple in a sense. Like it almost becomes like to me when I think of like modern, like 2020, I guess we're talking about now, like metal, like current metal, I would say Black Dahlia and Lamb of God and Slipknot. Even still, for like modern metal bands, like I would say like those are the 3 bands where, because I mean, oddly enough, like new metal, because like for a while that was even a a point of contention, because new metal is such a term that is so like it's weird to even talk about in a sense of like even like expanding stuff, but I feel like it still exists today. and with Brandon Ellis and with Brian from Black Dahlia, like they're kind of in a way like paving their own path of death metal and of extreme music. And I feel like there's so much more to that extreme metal and that extreme kind of like mindset and of like writing than there is of anything else, that I feel like that's really going to kind of push things forward. So
fuck yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I don't know if I got like kind of off on topic.
That was the whole point of this episode.
Yeah.
It was the whole point of this episode. I wrote down like 3 fucking things. I was like, I know that these will take us down some kind of rabbit hole. So yeah. I don't know what it'll be.
Yeah.
But
I'm mostly just thinking of like terms of like super groups, man. Because like I would love to see like Travis Ryan from Kettle and like Mark and Willie from Lamb of God do a song.
Fuck you, god damn it.
With who is the drummer from Origin?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not terribly familiar with Origin, to be honest.
Origin.
What? Travis Ryan and Mark and Willie? Are you shitting me?
Like to kind of get back on the topic of super groups, like I would, and even like I would love to see John Longstreth from Origin. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his name, and I apologize. But like just to have either him or the drummer from Nile or from anybody, like kind of have those same kind of styles, but also like what to you makes a super group? Like what to you is because like to me it's the voice of the band. Like to me it's the vocalist. Like you can have these other pivotal kind of members of the band that are so much that are so important to the band, but like what to you is it the vocalist? Is it what they're talking about? Is it like what I'm saying? Like, and I guess that's kind of why I struggle with this so much. Is like I wanna put together something that's so like diabolical that like makes so much sense, but at the same time like I can't quite figure out like.
But don't be afraid to not make sense either. Think about the show Supergroup on VH1. They had the guy from Biohazard, Ted Nugent, and Sebastian Bach and Scotty Ian. That doesn't make a goddamn bit of sense. But it's eclectic. It's all hard music, and it could work. Maybe they could make something that sounds fucking crazy. Dee Snider just recently, pretty much did an album with Kingdom of Sorrow, pretty much, and it sounded amazing. So you could fucking kind of anything. Like you could throw fucking D at the helm. You know what I mean? Like anything, just whatever you feel like. That's all it is, really. Whatever you be like, whatever would make you excited. Whatever would make you excited for whatever reason. Maybe for different reasons.
But I guess in a perfect world, to me, it would be like Mike Portnoy or Jim Holgren.
Oh.
It would be
bust out Mike Portnoy, are you kidding me?
Oh dude, like one of my biggest influences easily. Just because of like how his all like his whole like drum fill idea, like his whole like songwriting. Because a lot of people don't know that like when he was in Dream Theater, he wrote a shit ton of stuff for that band. Like he was a big part of the songwriting for it. So to me, it would be one of those two. It would be like, I guess like in terms of metal, it would be either Mark or Willie from Lamb of God, or like Mick Thompson, and like even like Kerry King from Slayer on guitar, And then bass, probably Alex Webster. I would have to agree with you, honestly, because like he's so consistent in what he does, and he's so like, I mean, even within like God, what was the name of the band that he was in? Like Brain. God, I can't think of the name of like the group that he was in.
Was it a side project?
Yeah,
I'm not aware of that.
he was in. It was with the guy from Cryptopsy.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Let me see.
That's pretty crazy.
I fucking love it. I can't think of the name of what it is.
How old is it?
Let me see.
I feel like that's something that wouldn't be terribly recent.
Oh, Blotted Science. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. So even just to have kind of like, that, because I've always been really like interested in it. And I guess he played on I Monarch from Hate Eternal. But
Ooh.
yeah, Blotted Science is let me see who else was in it. That's
Dio, you got to go.
So Blotted Science was I'm not sure how to like Ron Jarzenbeck, Hayes Grossman, Alex Webster, and Charlie Zeleny, and Chris Adler, I guess. Derek Roddy, who also played on that.
Chris Adler?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. They put out a record called let me see. The Machinations of Dementia. Blotted Science. It's a whole like instrumental kind of record, which is pretty cool. And honestly, like kind of one of the things that got me a little bit into their like their writing style. Looks like it came out in 2007. Yeah. So I'd definitely check out Blotted Science, but yeah, they're between them and God, I'm trying to think who else, because we got guitar players, we got bassists, we got drummers,
Vocalist.
vocal style. Yeah, I would say like, I guess if we were to talk about like vocalists from that style, I would say probably either like part of me wants to say Corey Taylor, just because I fucking love his style. I love how like metaphorical he is, but also and I wish I could remember what his name is, as far as like gent style, because like to me, yeah, let me give him proper credit, because to me like sorry.
Who was that? Gent? You said Gent? Was it a fucking
Jens Kidman, I guess, from Meshuggah.
Meshuggah? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like his vocal style, and like how he.
Oh no, you're frozen, Aaron. Can you hear me? Oh no. Check. There you are. You're back.
You're still?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. I think we're still good.
Yeah, I'd say, I like, dude, like to me, I would definitely say, like, Chris Adler, and like I guess I'm trying to put together like my super group. I'd say like him, the two from Slipknot, and then the bassist from Pantera, and the vocalist from Meshuggah. Which would be weird as hell, but at the same time, yeah,
that'd be
like
sick.
just because to me, his vocal style is so different. It's so unique from like a lot of other stuff that's happening. You know, like his delivery of it, his like the way that he writes stuff that's almost as rhythmic as like the bassist or the drums are for any other band. Like I feel like would add such a cool like atmosphere to things, because I feel like he writes with such a different style in mind. I feel like it would be cool to kind of see him with that. So yeah, I don't know, but also like I guess kind of like at a default like Corey Taylor, because to me his like he could sing the dictionary and I'd probably buy it.
See, like, I cheated too. I was like, rotate the vocalist. That's a cheat move. I shouldn't have fucking done that.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
But yeah, no, I think your fucking picks, I think any of those would be outstanding. But you know, just the idea that we're getting a secret project from Kerry King alone is pretty fucking cool.
I forgot that's what we were talking about, honestly.
But yeah, hell yeah, man. No, that would be a fucking if the lineup you just said ever went on tour, it would be total fucking chaos. There's no question. There's no question. It would be absolute fucking chaos, and it would be fucking awesome.
You should really check out that Serpentine Dominion.
I will.
Yeah, because it's and I guess like when I was looking up the members of it, it was those three, and I guess there wasn't anybody else that was on it, so it's it's kind of cool to check out.
Hell yeah.
As far as like songwriting and stuff.
Well, shit, man. Honestly, do you got anything else? I don't have anything else here for this episode. Oh, wait. No. I do have one more thing. I got one more thing.
Give me 1 second.
All right.
I'll be right back.
All right. So, all right. I'll intro this. So last week on the episode before this, if any of you saw that, we had a little disclaimer at the beginning because we lost an episode that we will be re-recording sometime this week. But that episode was about our personal paranormal experiences. And if anybody that's watching this right now has a ghost story that you would like to share with us, please reach out. I would love to hear your stories. I love to hear everybody's stories. So last week we did an episode where it was all of our stories. I forgot one of mine. I totally forgot about one of mine that was, I mean, when I think about it, it still kind of gives me goosebumps a little bit because it is pretty fucking crazy. Yeah, I'll really get into it when Aaron gets back here. We're about to wrap this one up. That's for sure. I didn't expect us to go this long. Cheers to all of you. I hope everybody's enjoying this episode. Yeah. It just sucks we can't go to fucking shows anymore. That really stings. It was, pretty much all of the social interaction I had outside of doing the podcast and, going to a bar from time to time or something. But when we finally can go to a show again, It's going to be more epic than anything we've ever experienced, I think. The excitement builds more and more every single day, without question. Without question. So, yeah. I can't wait. Oh.
Guess he's back. Back again.
So I was just kind of introing this a little bit. I have one final ghost story to tell that I forgot to tell last week. And we'll end on this.
Oh, yeah.
So, when I was in high school, I believe I was a senior, and I took a class called Film as Literature. And it was basically a film studies class. We watched a bunch of movies and talked about them and stuff like that. And the big final project was for us to make our own movie. And you know what? Actually, I must have been a junior, now that I think about it. Because 2 of the people in my group were a year ahead of me. So yeah, I had to have been a junior. And come on, look at me. You know me. I ended up in a group with people like me. And we wanted to do a haunted, ghost story, ghost hunters style thing. That's what we decided to do. I'm pretty sure I convinced them of that. And we found a number of haunted locations throughout the entire state, that we visited and took video at and like narrated stories and all that stuff. One of these locations was a little bit outside. I know it was somewhere out by Grand Rapids. I don't remember exactly where. We all got in the fucking car one day and went out there to a place called Hell's Bridge. And I say that, and the images you get in your head are nothing to what it looks like. Okay, I'm talking. Even when I say bridge, it's a footbridge. It is not a bridge. It's big enough for your feet. It's metal. It's metal grate, big enough for your feet to walk across. That's the extent of the bridge. Okay, like it doesn't have side rail. It's not some big fucking bridge. It's tiny. It's unassuming. But it's called Hell's Bridge. The reason why is because the story has it that this guy, I can't remember his first name, but I know his last name was Fisk. And we actually went to the graveyard where he's buried, and I think we found the grave. He is rumored to have drowned children off of this bridge. And to this day, the rumor, it's called Hell's Bridge, and you're supposed to be able to hear children screaming and things like that at certain points of the night. We went, and when we went, it was nighttime, and it wasn't super late or nothing, but it was dark, and I don't remember anything happening. I don't remember anything strange going on while we were there. And now here's where it gets really weird. Because we filmed all of this for our class. So we had to present it. We presented, everybody in the class saw it. And I don't remember that at all for some reason. I do not remember this presentation. I don't remember the video or enough about it or anything. But a couple years later, I found that tape again. And I found it at Preston's house, the final edited copy. And I was like, how the fuck did this even get here? He's like, you brought this out to show me one time a long time ago, and you must have forgotten it here. To this day, I don't know where that tape is now. I would love to find it, but I do not know. Because when I found it at Preston's house, we decided to watch it. This is a few years after we made it. And again, I don't remember what went down in the presentation in class. But what I know is that, I know two things. I know we did not edit anything into the video. We didn't fake anything. I know that for a fact. And when me and Preston watched the video at his house a couple years later, there was something in there that still gives me goosebumps. And it just fucks me up that if it has that much of an effect on me watching it later, how do I not remember seeing it in the class when we presented it? It fucks me up. In any case, there was one moment where after we crossed Hell's Bridge, the camera goes up into a tree and you can see a figure sitting in the tree. You could literally see someone sitting in the tree. And it's just a quick pan. It's obvious that whoever was holding the camera didn't see it because they just looked up real quick and then kept going. So it's obvious that they didn't see it at that point in time. And then we also got an EVP right after that. And dude, I'm going to do my best impression. Probably not going to hit it. This is what we heard. Fucking, we heard, kill her. Kill her. But in that voice. And there was 2 females with us. There was 2, I believe the group was 2 guys and 2 girls. It was me and another guy and a girl in our group. And I think my girlfriend at the time was with us. So it was, I believe it was 2 girls, 2 guys on this journey together. And on this EVP that me and Preston heard a couple years after, we literally heard the deathest, most death metal growl I've ever heard in my life of, kill her. Like, we froze when we saw that. We looked at each other. What the fuck did you hear that? What? Like, we freaked out. Like, I still, to this day, don't know what that was. I don't have the tape. And I've never gotten back in contact with anybody that was in my group to confirm or deny any of this. But that did happen. And to this day, when I think about it, it kind of freaks me out. And I wish so fucking badly that I had that tape. Preston might have it somewhere, maybe his parents, but I don't know. I don't know whatever happened to it after that. But we may have caught something that's, to this day, the craziest thing I ever fucking caught. And I've gone to some pretty crazy locations since then. So, I don't know. It's just, I remember after we recorded that last episode, I remembered, I was like, fuck, I forgot to talk about Hell's Bridge. So I wanted to talk about that. Maybe I can get in contact with one of them. Maybe one of them still has a copy of it or something. I don't even know. I am friends with one of them on Facebook still, for sure. My ex-girlfriend that was there at the time, she wouldn't have any of this. But the 2 people that were in my group, one of them I don't have contact with at all. But one of them I do. So maybe I'll be able to hit. I think he lives in fucking Japan now or some crazy shit. But yeah, maybe I can reach out and find that footage. I don't know. But in any case, it's just one final story I wanted to share, and I wanted to share it. I'm so happy we did that episode. I'm so happy that we shared all of our personal paranormal stories because I hope it inspires people to share some with us. I would love anybody that sees this to reach out and share any personal stories you have with the paranormal. We are ready to believe you. Shout out to Ghostbusters. So, yeah, but honestly, shit, we're almost 2 hours. That's going to be, I'm calling it for this one, buddy. We're going to wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to check out Bog Wraith. New stuff happening soon, hopefully. But in any case, check out the most recent video they dropped for Flesh. And also, Recorruptor, our brothers in Recorruptor, have a new album coming out in August. It has officially been announced. I cannot be more excited and more happy for them. That new fucking single is outrageous, and I just hope everybody hears it. I'm going to promote the living fucking shit just as much as I do Balgraith out of all of it. And, you know, hey, shout out to A Fitting Revenge and A Suffocating Lie, 2 other bands that have reached out to us, and one of which has been on the show. We love you guys, and we hope you're all doing well. I actually just got my... Where is it? Not here. I just got my hard copies of some A Fitting Revenge CDs that I ordered up after they reached out to us. Fucking banging. So outstanding. So yeah. Support your local music. Support your local music. Heavy metal rules. Heavy metal will never die. I hope you all are staying safe. I hope everybody's doing well. Raise your fucking horns and bang your goddamn heads. We love you all to death. This has been Lost in the Dark podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.